You with another edition of the Durmanhoth Clan News Network. Today we have days 3 and 4 of Invictus Week, which is the Aegis show, and we'll be running up the stairs to the expo hall to check it out. Aegis is one of the biggest military manufacturers. Obviously you can tell by the fact that this is when the Javelin and the Idris are sold. Capital ships being sold right now. I guess technically the Kraken, which is Drake, will be coming in a few days as well. Now when I walk off into the Sarlacc pit area, there's a whole lot of talking, so I'll wait till we get to the top and let them finish. My guy never appears. He's supposed to be a big hologram guy. Just a giant butthole farting, it looks like. So never mind. Alright, let's go around to the side. Oh, he still's not going to pop up. Today I am sporting my Admiral attire. It is a stark white jacket with black sleeves, white pants, and a shaved down head because the hair right now is utterly terrible. Options, I should say. Alright, now your first walk-in impression of Aegis is to the right. You have the Redeemer, which is newly concepted and about to launch in the next, I believe it's the next patch, 14, maybe 15. You got the Hammerhead, which is a sub-capital Corvette in the middle, and then you have an old-time favorite, my Retaliator Bomber, off to the right. Now, since we have the concept ship here in full form, we'll go take a look at the Redeemer. Now, as you all know, you can click on these and rent and fly for free all week. The Redeemer is not set yet to be used, so you cannot click on it. But we can give you finally a glance at it. We can't go inside, but this is the newly classed Redeemer. No longer a split roll dropship gunship. It is now primarily, almost fully, a gunship. I don't even think there's drop modules anymore. I gotta tell you, I am not a fan. The big crab arm, I'm guessing thrusters, engines, I don't even know, really work for me. As you can see, that as a gunship is concerned, she has several armaments, pretty decent sized weapons. Oh, did I fall? Did not. And that is the new Redeemer. Now, if you go to the shop to buy, I don't know if they've updated the picture or not, but you can see what the Aegis Redeemer used to look like. On that, pause that if you want to read it. There she is, the newly reformed Redeemer. Now we'll come over here. Now this is the Retaliator. This specific version is the Bomber. The Retaliator base is not out, which is kind of backwards, especially for our side. But the Retaliator Bomber is semi-stealth. The stealth version is the actual Eclipse, which we've already seen. Those big, long thrusters that you see in the front and the ones on the sides here, those are, it's VTOL. Those will point down and keep the ship hovering. I actually have one of these. I just redid it and brought it back to my fleet. It is a favorite, and I will do a full ship walkthrough on her at a later time. But she's a sexy beast. I love this one. This is kind of one of those one and done ships. You pull up and fire your size 9 torpedo, and then you fly away, and your threat is pretty much eliminated. You got about 3 size 9s to take out a reclaimer. About 2, I think, takes down a Drake. Now they've modified the missiles a bit since I used to use them. Here are the torpedoes. She holds 6. She can do a full facial. She can drop an entire load on you all at once. She can fire 1 and 2. She has 2 bays. One in the front, one in the back. One in the front holds 4 torpedoes. One in the back holds 2. And the Redeemer has a base model because she's going to be modular. So both the front section and the rear section are modules. You can replace those with, there is a dropship, because this is classed also as a gunship. So you can replace it with a dropship module, which I don't remember what the seating is, if it's 12 or more, but it comes with an armory and a dropship module. There is a lounge, in case you need a gunship torpedo boat with a lounge that has a TV. There is also a cargo bay. So if you're doing, which is why I had originally gotten this and a cargo bay, if you're doing some cargo runs, I don't remember what the module holds, I think it was up a little bit. If you're doing cargo runs, you're flying around a giant military torpedo boat. People will think if you're a fully classed, fully armed torpedo boat, they'll probably leave you alone. You can probably sneak around doing some cargo runs pretty easily without getting messed with. Not let me go inside. So, we have it. There's 2 drop down elevators on either side. This is the docking collar. Doesn't work yet. We hop on up into the belly of the beast. Now these doors here, I know many people fall out in the middle of quantum thinking they're walking around the ship, and it's a bomb bay. When you are flying, your bomb bay doors automatically open. I guess it's good, because if you forget, then you can't launch your torpedoes, but I think it would be better to have them closed and they open when necessary. That's me. If you come to the left, you can see these things, and I've never been able to be in my ship while I'm fighting. I should say back here, so I don't know. Supposedly there's animation for that. This is the cockpit. Again, I'm going to do a full workup on the ship since I own it. Turret. But I'll just give you a quick tour. This is a favorite. You got your bunk. Now, one of the cool things about this ship, yeah, I know I'm going to get into it now. One of the cool things about the ship is you can go up. Ambient music. Keep turning this shit down. It just keeps popping up. So, we're going to kill that. Sorry about that. It just finally started to annoy me. It probably has been annoying you. Anyway, you pop up the ladder that's right behind the main captain's chair. And you come up to the habitat. You got yourself some weapon racks. You got some, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be bunks for like your turret gunners. But you got a sunroof. It's pretty neat. And you can look out and see what's going on and relax while you're flying through the verse. It's actually pretty cool. It's not as visually inspiring as my 600i or the 890 Jump for that matter, but on a military torpedo boat, it's pretty neat. Alright, come back out. That's the forward area. Again, this base right here is modular. That's the large module. That holds 4 torpedoes, and I think that's where the Jump has to go. to the right of that module, you got your shower when you need to tinkle. I don't remember if I had already said this in one of the other videos, but you will have a hygiene meter. I mean, it's going to be pretty much like playing The Sims. And so you will need to take a leak and shower. Otherwise, some NPCs might not talk to you, you might become unhealthy, things like that. I don't remember what this room was. Guessing component room. You slip one in on me and I didn't realize it? Don't know. Well, yeah, they must have, because all these access panels, you can't pull them out yet, but eventually you will. Here's the secondary torpedo bay. It's a double, and you can put, I think, the lounge and one of the cargo bays can come back here. Here's your rear turret. You can walk all the way across. Some more components. Come down the hallway. What did I skip? Oh, didn't mean to do that. But I'm popping up on one of the other turrets. Now the nice thing is that the military ships, most of, are manned turrets and not remote. The remote just doesn't feel like you're in it, I guess. That's just me. And that is your retaliator. So again, there's two variants of this. The only one that's playable right now is the missile boat. The other one is a base for a much cheaper price, and it doesn't have anything in it. It is just the shell and probably the turrets, but there is no torpedoes, there's no modularity pieces to it whatsoever. Alright, I made a left when I should have made a right. Come on over here. We'll see if there's anything in the hollow halls. I'm pretty sure there is. Oh my god, Steam, stop. Look at all the nice big pew-pews. Oh, there's the oh, wait, saber. Let's go check the saber. It's so little back here behind the hammerhead. Alright, that's the Aegis saber. I think this is probably the best, if not one of the best. I keep stressing the best because the ship is just epic. She's a beauty. I have the Comet. This is the standard version. The differences are just pretty much, I believe, a little bit of a weapon loadout difference and the paint. I have a digital camo, black and white, with blue highlights where those red ones are. And I think the standard Saber's cockpit has an interior glow of red light, kind of like what squad cars and stuff like that use as an interior light, so you can read, but it doesn't backlight you as bad and does not ruin your night vision. And my Comet is green. I haven't been in a base Saber, so I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's the case. Anyway, the Saber is a medium-class dogfighting ship with stealth capabilities. As you can see by the cross-section, she's thin, tough to target. Just a really awesome ship, and they look cool as hell. I've got a Comet. Again, I'll do a run through on it later since I have it. What do we got all the way over here? Oh, that is the Comet. Well, now you get to see my sexy beast for the tour. Here's the Saber Comet. Just awesome. That ship is just awesome. Anyway, look around. You can can see the green hue in the cockpit. Very thin cross section to try to hit.
Wish I'd eaten earlier.
Let's see, those are components. Oh, the F-18, the F-8 Lightning. We're going to look at the Hammerhead on the way out. A little bit of a time constraint here, mainly because I'm working the last couple days, so I was able to jump in here to take a look myself. I have not been able to do the video. So since today is technically supposed to be Crusader, Tumbril, and Misk, they haven't set the hull up yet, so I'm cheating and running you through Aegis, because I can now. Alright, we have the Vanguard series. So what do we have here? The green one over here is the Harbinger. I own that. The Harbinger is, they call it a bomber? Why are there two green ones? Yeah, that's my Harbinger. I changed its paint scheme to this really cool crimson blue. I don't know if I like it or not, but we'll see. What's this one supposed to be? Alright, the hoplite. So, the Harbinger, like I said...
Boring.
Boring? I slap you upside your head, woman. Alright, the Harbinger is the missile boat. The hoplite is a dropship. Now, to be honest with you, I've never been in a hoplite. So, let's go on up. The biggest problem with the Vanguard right now is that ramp is utter bullshit to close and open. But, you know, that'll be fixed by release. So here would be your armory. We got weapon racks here. We got jump seats, jump seats, jump seats. In one of my previous videos, alright, there's the captain's chair. And there is not. There's a turret in mine. Maybe there is not a turret in the hoplite. Okay, well. Go to a better, different view. Nope. Okie dokie. There is no turret in the hoplite. Now the blue one over there is the Sentinel. That's E-Warfare. Wouldn't mind renting that just for a trial. This, I'm guessing, is the Vanguard. Look at that repeater pew-pew. Yeah, these are cool ships. This is a heavy, by the way. Oh, Warden. Alright, so the Warden looks like it's just pretty much your basic attack ship. Dogfighter role. If you come in, let's see, I've never been in a base one either. So it looks like we got a toilet and a little mud kit. Guessing a little bit of a kitchenette type thingy. Got some controls. Got a bed and a bed for the pilot, and I'm guessing there's a... I'm guessing wrong. Where the freaking hell is the turrets on this thing? Does the base not have a turret either? I wonder if I'm missing something. But anyway, that is the base. There's that one. I must be missing it. There's a turret right there. So I'm missing the... And... Yeah, that is a turret too. Alright, so I'm an idiot. I'm missing it. But let's see if I can find the turret in the Sentinel here. This is the Sentinel. EMP. This is E-Warfare. These things work pretty well. I've actually had people fly by like in the Aegis, or I'm sorry, the Anvil Avenger. It's early in the morning. The Avenger Warlock and EMP shut me down, and I ended up crashing into the planet's surface. I was kind of pissed, but excited and laughed at the same time, I guess. Oh, there's the turret. So I was too far in. That's what she said. But there's the turret up here. So boom, and that's got to be the same one on the other side, on the other ships. Here's your e-warfare equipment. You come back here, and you say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to pew-pew you. I'm going to make it so you can't pew-pew me. And then everybody else is going to pew-pew you while you're dead stick in the middle of space. Cockpit pretty much the same. I keep thinking maybe yes, maybe no. The only e-warfare I have is the Raven, Saber Raven, which they do not have on display. The Saber Raven is an ultra rare. It was only offered if you spent some ridiculous amount on some new, I believe it was an SSD, maybe it was a processor, but either way, it was ridiculously expensive, and it was sponsored with Star Citizen, and if you bought it, you got a free ship. So I acquired the ship without doing the stupid oh, so now that's some visual degradation, by the way. I wonder if they're doing that on purpose. They do have ship degradation now, where the paint will start to peel and you'll get dust, and it'll look weathered and not like it was brand new if you've been using it for a year without fixing it. So that's what visual degradation looks like. In the other video, it looked pristine and brand new. I don't know why they would do that in the hall with Squadron 999 ship, but it's interesting. But it shows how the planes can deteriorate. Yourself, buddy. It's a cool concept. Sometimes I think they spend too much time in reality and not enough time coding what they're supposed to be coding. Just want to see the damn shit. I don't need to see it decay, though I understand the realism behind it. Let's run downstairs, the hollow rooms. There we go. Dum dum dum. See, I'd like some kind of sound, but I just don't. I can't stand the music sometimes. It's right up there. Still music. I got the music turned off, and it's still pumping it out anyway. So we're going to put that down to 1. It just gets to be so obnoxious. Alright, so the smaller vehicle type room is empty. It's a nice lounge. You got your wall of history up here. There's the layout of the expo center. I'll actually stop close by so you can read stuff. Pause it if you want. Read it as you go. Alright, what do we got on this side? Got some more chairs. Tumbrel's coming up in a few hours. So when I come back, well, who the hell is yawning? So when I come back down here to see the Tumbrel stuff, I'm sure they'll have all the Cyclones lined up, and then it will be down here. Alright, this is the Nautilus. Let's take a closer look. And you can pause that. Now the Nautilus is a mine layer, and I'm assuming, though I don't know, that those pieces that jut out. The mine rolls out into space, and I'm not exactly sure how the mine stuff will work. I mean, I kind of get it in the water, and I kind of get it on land, because everything is very linear, and you have to roll over land, and you have to go over water, but there's whatever the word for space is, it's very volumetric, and so you can maneuver around a mine. I'm assuming maybe they'll be magnetic, or they will be small enough to the point where you can't see it unless you're on it. So a ship like a Javelin or an Idris, or maybe even a subcapital, won't be able to do evasive maneuvers. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys have heard or know anything or have a better idea, then go ahead and leave a comment below. We'll take a look at those. This is going to be your Vulcan. Get close. Man, these people need to move. Let you read that. Go ahead and hit pause. The Vulcan is your multi-role support ship. Now, Fleet Week is mainly military, but it's also considered military and support. So this ship right here is refuel, rearm, repair, minor. We have the Crucible, that's for repair. You have a Starfare, that's for refuel. I guess there isn't technically really a rearm ship itself, except for this. But those are specific role vessels. This is a multi-role vessel to do all of the above. But of course, because it's doing all of it, it's giving you the basics. It's not giving you, what the specific role ships would do. But she's a cool ship. I keep clicking on her, and then I keep melting her. Then I'll click on her again. We got a few guys in the org that have them, at least 2, I believe. And we have one of our guys, Solda, got a Crucible, which is the big repair ship. And we have a couple Starfares, so it just, every time I buy it, I melt it for something else, but I'm probably going to end up getting her just because it will have definite functional abilities down the road. Alright, that looks like it for the Hollow Room. I'm guessing, well, the Vulcan's been around a long time, that because the game loop for repair and the game loop for refueling is non-existent for players, that they just haven't bothered to make the ship and just have a empty ship that does nothing except for fly and with minor defensive pew-pew. That's the only thing I can think of that they haven't bothered to do it. It doesn't seem like an overly complex ship, but it is what it is. If you've been playing Star Citizen, I should say waiting for Star Citizen, like most of us have been, then you know you can't really figure out what they're doing half the time. You just kind of go with it, because it will be epic when it's done. It just is taking a really long time. Alright, now here's the Hammerhead. The Hammerhead is a kind of a blockade runner, fighter, killer. I'll show you on the outside. You can see the subcapitals are huge. You see that's a 1 foot of a landing gear. It's ridiculous. Now, these are cool now that turrets work. There's 2 turrets on this side. There's 2 turrets on the other side. There's turrets on the top. And there should be, I believe, a turret on the bottom. I don't know why I don't see it. It's gotta be here. That's the big rear end turret cannons. The firing arc on this is huge. I'm not a big fan of the ship because of that center that you saw earlier. It's not round like a donut, but it's hollowed out in the middle like a donut. I'm just not a fan of that. Now the Hammerhead does have cargo space. It has cargo space for cargo. also hold a Ursa rover, which means if it holds a rover, it'll hold a Cyclone, it'll hold a Ranger, it'll hold a hoverbike, it'll hold all of that stuff. Apparently its core is malfunctioning because it's giving me radiation dust everywhere. But it's kind of neat, these subcapitals. This is the only one that's really out. These will have all these monitoring stations to scan and check the ship. This ship is pain in the ass. I get lost at. Which way am I going? Okay, so this would be the back turret. I assume that's going to say turret. Yep. So this is the butt turret. This is good to cover the cargo coming in, as well as obviously behind the ship. It's a neat ship, not my favorite, but it's definitely a neat ship. I will get lost in this. It's been a long time since I've done a walkthrough. The biometric pad is supposed to do something, and it ain't. Up. So we'll stay on the base and walk. We have here the crew quarters. Apparently this is before automatic door entry. Now you're gonna work. So these are your bunks, reminiscent of when we walked through the Javelin, actually. They had talked about these ships, hot bunk, which is multiple people per bunk. One guy sleeps in it during one shift, another guy sleeps in it another shift. Here's your bathroom. I'm not quite sure. The crew capacity of the Hammerhead, again, it's not my favorite. There's another bathroom, so I don't really know all of the... Oh, you're leaking. Need a repair team in here. Okay, moving forward. Alright, this is for a pop-out turret. Now the cool thing about those turrets is that it looks like they're pinned to the side of the ship. They really come out like a giant ball. So they come out, and then they can completely, almost 360 coverage, move around. So because they pop out, they're not fixed. It's almost like you're flying your own ship. There's a lot of movement and firing arc from those weapons. Really cool. Now these are the side elevators. There's two. Here's the donut. It's the midsection. You can see up. You can see down. I think they lost tons of rooms to make this ship worthwhile. Here's the turret all the way down there. And I have the same one over there. This is your airlock. Now that airlocks work, ship to station docking is now functional, and the only two ships currently in 3.13.1 that can ship to station dock are the Hammerhead, which will be this area right here, and the 890 Jump. I don't know where the docking collar is on that. I don't own one. And the guy that we had that owned it got rid of his for the Perseus, so you can't test that one. But the Hammerhead I have as a loaner for my Polaris, so that's how I know a little bit about it. And that's actually kind of cool. You can open up the docking area for your jump through Quantum, and it's a neat scene, to be honest with you. Very cool. Alright, so all of this is going to predominantly be the same. I know there's an elevator back there we'll take a look at. There's an elevator right here. I feel like waiting for it, so we use the service stairs. Come on down here. This is your bridge. You have the pilot to the left, you have the co-pilot to the right. The co-pilot's taking care of your shields. And I'm not even 100% sure if the co-pilot has lasers or not. The pilot does not. One of the biggest downfalls of this ship is the pilot can't fire anything but missiles. Now missiles work on it, so there is some offensive capability for the pilot himself, but there's no pew-pews. It's just torpedoes or missiles. I don't know what size they are. After size 5, I think they're called torpedoes, so I'm assuming they're probably size 5. I want to go up. Yep. Alright, there's it is. Ladder. Stairs, ladder. Again, I'm not going to jump in each turret. No point right now. But like I said, I do have a hammerhead, so it's not like I have to worry about time. The Polaris keeps getting dropped and not put on the completion list. So probably gonna have this ship for a long time. I'm not so sure where this goes. What? Up works. Upstairs. Oh, here's the mess hall. That's right. Apparently they don't want you to enjoy yourself in the mess hall. It's all work, no play. Lost opportunity there for a full lounge. They'll probably figure something out with that. What do we got back here? We have food storage. I'm breathing so hard, my character must be, oh, it's cold, it's a refrigerator. That's pretty funny. Alright, so that's all for food storage. Food storage on ships is not in-game yet. Food storage on your body is. You do need food and water for sustainability. Here is the cargo hold. Guessing this eventually will be an engineer station to pick up cargo or do whatever needs to be done. Aren't really working, so we'll just keep using the ladder. Okay, come on. Good. Back down the car. That would be the elevator that I said we'll come back to. So those are those two elevators. So the upstairs looks like it is just a mess. And the refrigerator. This is crew. We'll cut to the other side. There should be a captain's quarters. Yeah. Okay. I knew I've been in here before. Not 100% yet on what captain's quarters will do. I'm assuming you'll have functionality of everything on the ship, minus the piloting aspect of it from here. All the big ships have a captain's quarters or an owner's quarters, room, stateroom. That way you can monitor what's going on in the comfort of your own little room. That one bed, there's a captain. Apparently you're not allowed to watch TV. Look at statistics on your ship, and you can go take a leak, take a shower, and that is that. couch. Kind of like couches. Holy shit. What, do I need to touch it? God. Bless it. Alright. That is an elevator going up. Bridge, cargo engine room. We can jump into one of these since we're pretty much done here. Alright, this is a good round view. Now again, these pods pop up. Oh, there I go. If you look at the pod that's over here, you can see it's now almost detached from the ship, and now it gives you a really nice firing arc. Finding the power sometimes. And yes. You know, because the power
Aegis
button's
combat
on the
assist
glass.
activated. Systems green.
Yeah, they've deactivated the mobility of it, but so that's the. Now you can see it pop back in. Glad I was able to catch that. All right, well, that's your hammerhead. That is the expo for technically days 3 and 4 of Aegis Week, or I should say Aegis Day. And next up will be Crusader. So you'll see the M2, the C2. I don't know how far they are with the outside of the A2, but maybe that'll be on display. A2 is the carpet bomber, the world destroyer that carries the Moab. And they'll have Tumbril and Misk. Misk is Endeavor. There should be a couple other ones, to be honest with you. I don't even know. But we'll see them soon. And that's it for now. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and throw them down below. And as always, see you in the verse.